Hey everyone, welcome back to the 2013 and 2014 school year. And this is Mr. R, and today is the first day of school. And I want to talk about some of the things I've been doing this summer, and also looking forward into what we are going to do and accomplish this school year. And so let me introduce to you what we call fifth grade connections. And when I say we, I mean all of us, you and I, and all the different people we're going to interact with this year and connect with this year. So what you see here is a logo, and this logo was created by a student of mine this past school year. Her name is Karina, and so she created the logo as in a 5 for fifth grade, a G, right there. See the 5 in the G? And then a C is kind of hidden in there. So fifth grade connections with our Humphreys Eagle. And so that's what we call our handle. And that's our identity. That's going to be how we identify ourselves when we connect with and when we talk about who we are as a classroom, Mr. R and room 17 students here at Humphreys Avenue School in East LA. But I wanted to share with you what I've been up to this past summer, and work with a bunch of very cool teachers, and we were studying we were looking at what we call connected learning. So we know about learning, but it's not just like going to school kind of learning. It's like learning like all the time. And so I, as a learner, took a lot of time this summer to explore connected learning. And so let me share with you some of the things that I saw. So here we go. Let's look at the checklist. The first one is that any kind of learning needs to be powered, needs to be the energy needs to be behind our interests. And when I say here my interest or our interest, that means this school year when we are looking at what we're actually doing in class, with with the different topics or different subjects, it's going to depend on you too. And so with me, my could be just you, and it could be our together. And sometimes it'll be ideas we get from other people outside our own classrooms, either in person or even online. And when we start connecting there. The second point here, it says the teacher and peer supporting. So connected learning or our learning this year is not just me, the teacher, giving you or teaching you. It'll be us together. And so peer is talking about our classmates, and our classmates don't have to be only the kids that are sitting here today. Peers could be kids across the hall, Mr. Garcia's class, kids are in our own school. They don't even have to be on our own grade level. It could be kids in other schools that we can meet on a field trip, or even when we go into online spaces or on the internet. Here, the next point says academically oriented. So academically oriented or academics talks about subjects and subjects that we have to learn in school because you're a fifth grader. So there are certain expectations of the principal has for us. There's certain expectations I have for you as my students regarding what kind of what we are doing for language arts, what we are doing for science, what we're doing for math, or any of the other subjects. So it is going to come back to it's going to be connected to something we're supposed to be learning about, but we're going to use these strategies and these skills when we are working together in connected learning. Here we have what we call production centered. So production means that we're doing, we are producing, we are making. And so production centered means that in connected learning, we're going to do projects. And you guys know about projects and how fun they could be. So that's what it's going to be about. And not just projects because of making projects, projects that have a purpose, and projects that are going to come from you too, okay? And from other places. And here the last point is openly networked. And again, let me tell you that I'm just learning what connected learning is about. So this experience is us together, okay? And so I'm gonna, with your help, we're gonna make this happen. And so openly network talks about networks. And networks means connections. So computers are networked, are connected to each other on what we call the internet. People are connected. I mean, Mr. Garcia is a teacher across the hall and other teachers in the school. I am connected to teachers in different spaces, like even when I go to a conference or a meeting, I'm connected to the other people outside the school when I go on the internet. You know, if I go to places like Twitter, networks, you guys have heard of Facebook, and we have Google Plus and all these other spaces. So it needs to be open. So the kind of learning that we're doing in connected learning is not going to stay in our classroom. We are going to share it with others outside the classroom in many, many different ways. Either face to face, with your parents and with community, or even online in different websites. So that's what that's going to be about. So this is what you need to. This is what you're going to expect. So we talked a little bit about the projects, but this is what you're going to expect to connected learning. You should and will and must expect to have fun. That's number one. So this will be fun. Let me warn you, it is also going to be hard. So connected learning is not easy learning like when you're watching a video on YouTube and you're just sitting there, right? Or you go to the movies and you just kind of sit there. It's going to take a lot of work. And with this work, you're going to have mistakes. But not only mistakes, you'll have a bunch of successes too. And so what are you going to expect? Well, my expectation and your expectation is going to be ready for our future, your future, you know, in with your life. And we're not talking about way in the future when you get a career that you will be successful in. We're talking about your future, like next year in middle school, this summer or whenever, right? So I guess that's it. This is Mr. R, and this is the beginning. Thank you for stopping by another edition of 5th Grade Connections with Mr. R and Room 17 students. See ya!